I've got another beer here from Green Jack Brewery in Lowestoft. It sounds very tasty indeed. This is a smoked ale. Hi everybody, welcome to Andy's Beer Reviews. Yes, from the Lowestoft Brewery, Green Jack, I've got this Red Herring, which, like I said, is a smoked ale coming at 5% ABV, bottle conditioned, swing cap. Why smoked ale? Well, apparently the brewery's housed in an old smokehouse in, like I say, in Lowestoft. So I just thought it was a nice little nod of the cap until yesteryear when it used to be used for something different. I think it's a very nice reason for it. Let's get it poured. Let's get it into a glass. Ooh, that went off with a nice pop. In my lovely Green Jack glass. It's a strange style. It's very Marmite, I think, smoked ale. Rauchbier in Germany is a smoked German beer, but you don't seem to see that. I'm drinking this everywhere. You don't seem to see that a lot as a style over in the UK. I think I had one from somebody, and I can't remember who it was. Normally, smoked beers are porters and stouts. Some good ones. Beavertown have done one. Smog something. It's called Smog something. I can't remember. Look it up. That's actually quite a nice smoked beer. What else you got? You got Stone Brewery in the States. They do a really nice porter. Vava Brewing, I've had that one as well. The Ukrainian brewery, they do a smoked stout, which was also very, very nice indeed. So you do find them around a little bit. You've just got to hunt for them, search for them. 750ml bottle. It's a beautiful colour, actually. It's like a light mahogany. It's clear, but like a pale mahogany colour. I'm getting some lovely smoked aromas off that. It's a lovely colour. Very fine, not a lot of carbonation, but very fine carbonation, what is in there. Now, when beers have things like adjuncts or things like this done to them, smoked, I don't like them really overpowering. And this isn't. There's a nice, mild smoked aroma coming up from it, and a little bit of fruitiness in there as well. Sounds strange to say it, but that smokiness smells quite fresh. Smells good, looks good. Let's see what it tastes like. Cheers, everybody. That is another nice beer. It's a very, if you go, I've seen the brewery, it's very unassuming. Tucked away on a side street. I quite like the whole setup there. Is very much like I reckon how there used to be a brewery in Lowestoft many years ago, and kind of the setup they've got. I kind of imagine that's how it would be. The guys there admitted it's not the prettiest looking brewery, but it is like you would expect it to be back in the day, you know, bags of malt everywhere and fermenters and everything going off and just the smell of malt all around. You just know that back in the day, that's probably unorganised. Dare say, call it unorganised? You dare say that's what it probably would have looked like back in the day. And although this isn't a particular old brewery, I think they've been going about 15 years. I know they've been brewing for about, the owner's been brewing for about 30. But I think as the brewery, I think it's only been there about 15 years or so. But I don't know if it's partly psychological. To me, it looked traditional. I'm only on their second beer, to be fair, but they all taste. They've all got that. My bad pouring again. They've all got that traditional feel to them. Like hundreds of years ago, this is probably what the beer would have tasted like back in the day. And it's ridiculous because it wasn't brewed back in the day. You know what I mean? Not the head back, otherwise I'm just going to get a nose full of foam. So there's a couple of things I'm trying to work out with this one. One main thing I'm trying to work out with this one, but I think it passed that little test. Like I say, when anything's got something like an adjunct to it, which this hasn't, it's just got using malts that have been smoked to get that aroma and that flavour. But it's something like that that's seen as added to it. I never want it to be too overpowering. I don't want to taste the base beer. And this isn't overpowering at all. It is nice. What strikes me most about this beer is the mildness of the smoke, which I like and applaud. But it's a very smooth beer as well. Really, really smooth. And it's got almost like a sweet smokiness to it. So that sweetness, the beer will have some natural sweetness in there through the sugars, through the malts. And that's going through it. It means it's not a harsh smokiness. There is a dry bitterness at the back end, but in the mouth it just feels creamy and that a really sweet smokiness, which for me is really nice. But what I'm trying to figure out is, if I was in a pub with this, because this is what I'd like to do, is could I stick to this pint all night, or would it get too overpowering? And I don't think it would get overpowering at all. I think this is a beer you could drink all night and you'd be really happy with it. You'd not think you've drunk too much of a smoky ale, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Basically, I could sit in a pub and I could drink this all day. I mean, it's really smooth now on cask. It must take it to another level. So not overly done, and there's a real light fruitiness coming from it. Just a hint of fruit, and that's all you need for a beer like this. You don't need it to be overly fruity. It's not meant to be overly fruity. It's just meant to be what it is. The smoke is the most important thing. That smoke is the most important thing, and they do that. They've done that really, really well. It's nice. I've let a little bit of sediment get into the glass. Bad pouring. But for me, you know what I think? Sediment is just flavour anyway, so I don't particularly mind that too much at all. Back to the beer. It's creamy. It is tasty. And like I say, for me, although I think smoked ales can be a little bit Marmite, this one is done just right. It's not gone too far. There's a line. I always think there's a line, and you cross that line, and you've made it too smoky. You've done it so only people can only drink half a pint of it, and then that's it. For me, they say the right side of it, and it's just that light smokiness. Sweetness is nice. The fruity flavour is nice. It's just all done really well. Score-wise, then, I smoked beers ago. This is my favourite. My favourite ever smoked beer, and I haven't had that many. I've probably had about 6 or 7 smoked beers. This is by far my favourite one. I'm going to score this a 9 out of 10 because I really do like it. It's a 9 out of 10 beer. 9 out of 10 all day long. If you've tried it, some of you will have done. Smoked beers in general. If you try any smoked beers, drop the name of the one that you like, and I will try and find them because it's a style. It's a nice style. I do want to explore it a little bit more. So yeah, if you've got a name of a smoked beer you really liked, drop a name of it, and I'll try it. I'll try and find it and then try it. Yeah, and if you've had this one, let me know your thoughts on this one. Until next time, everybody. Whatever you're drinking, please enjoy it. Enjoy beers. Cheers.